There's a place that Yulie shears volunteers. It seems like it'd be a great idea, but now that I followed through and tried to do it, I realized that it was a bit much to ask for. For one thing, no one will tell me jack squat. I tried the place mentioned in the article, but since I'm not part of the police, no one here will tell me anything about her. I guess it makes sense that they'd be wary. Her disappearances were the most recent. For all they all know, I could be a cahoots with the abductor. Well, how wrong they'd be. If only I knew about what other places she'd volunteered at. I could try to ask people there, but I get a feeling they'd keep their lips zipped too. This is looking more and more hopeless by the second. And to make matters worse, I nearly forgot I had a shift today at the convenience store. Ted's going to give me such a look if I'm late. I gotta go. I run away to the store, taking no time for breaks. Just as it strikes the hour for my shift, I'm just past the glass sliding doors. Ted looks up from one of the aisles as the front doors to that welcome beep. Shaving it awfully close there, Nicole. I know, but we were dating in mine. Shaving is awfully close there, Nicole. Yeah, sorry, I was running some errands, lost track of time. Well, clock in and get dressed. You made it. That's what matters. Yep, just a sec. Wait. Get dressed. Crap, I don't have my uniform with me. Ted must have noticed the worried look on my face, because right now he's giving me the pretty scary look of his own. Spit it out. I didn't remember to bring my uniform with me. I spread the words out before I second guess it. Ted's going to be mad, sure, but I don't want to think of how furious he'll get if I lie to him. On cue, Ted sucks in a breath, pinches the bridge of his nose, and exhaled loudly. What am I supposed to say to that? Shucks, don't worry about it, Nicole. After all, you're my favorite employee, darn tootin'. I bet my eyes at him. Hopefully it doesn't work too well. Nope. I'll let it slide this one since this is the first time it's ever happened, but... Ted points at me, showing no signs of joking. But you can't bet I ain't allowing this in my store again, Nicole. Get it together. I nod quickly and obsequiously. Whatever Ted says goes at this point. I don't want to end up like that guy he just fired. After putting my bag in the back room, I step behind the counter like usual, feeling oddly out of place in my street clothes. As lame as I think the uniform looks, at least it made me feel like I worked here. Right now, I feel like I'm some random stranger manning the cashier while the real employee is out back. I guess I am going for Ted's speed run because I can't. I sigh and slouch my shoulders. I can't wait for the shift to be over as I didn't have enough on my mind. Nicole. Oh God, what did I do now? I'm sorry. I blurt out the words without thinking. Ted just blinks at me, dumbfounded in response. You apologize, and why? I guess I jumped the gun. I thought I screwed up something. No, nothing like that. I'd have found it by now if that was the case. I was wondering if maybe there's something weighing you down lately. Ted scratches the side of his head nervously. I couldn't help but notice you ain't been yourself. It's like you got your head in the clouds and you're afraid of falling back down, you know? May just be me, though. It ain't none of my business, so I'll drop it if you wanna. No, you got me. I'm actually kind of glad that Ted noticed. I don't want him to think that I hate this job, or most of all him. But I don't think I can tell him about those messages I've been getting earlier. Either. Ted had enough to worry about, and I don't want to drag him into this. I've just been overwhelmed lately, still getting used to this whole college thing. But I adapt soon, or it'll chew you up and spit you out before you know what's hit you. It'll be fine, Ted, don't worry. I ain't that worried. Ted blushes and looks back at what was working on the aisles. I just don't want to see you overworking yourself. Classic coming from me, I know. But if that's all it is, then it looks like I was the one getting ahead of myself now. I'll pace myself, boss. Good, I don't want you to end up like this one girl I used to know. My interest is immediately piqued. Could Ted be talking about what I think he's talking about? A former girlfriend? Ted jolts upright, face bright red. Course not, I don't have any time for that. The girl I'm talking about, guess you can call her a friend of mine. She used to volunteer at a whole bunch of different places around here. Sometimes she'd stop by the store to grab a snack real fast, and that's how I started getting talking to her. Are you talking about Yulie Shears? Ted pauses and gives me a look that suggests that I hit the nail on the head. How'd you know her name? I read about her articles about the disappearance cases. You're describing her the same way the newspaper did. She was the most recent victim, right? Ted nods grimly. Sadly so. I haven't seen hide or no hair of her since that happened. Heard her folks pulled her out. Good thinking on their part. I know I wouldn't want my kids in some school that couldn't stop this from happening. I nod distantly, though my mind's on other thoughts. Now that Ted's brought up the subject, there's no harm in asking for more details, right? How well did you know Yulie? Well enough. She came in here that often. I smirk. And you sure you didn't have a crush on her? He makes that same blush again. Man, Ted makes it way too easy sometimes. No, it wasn't that. I just admired her. The girl worked way more than I did. I'd be getting out of my shift just as she was heading to her next obligation. So she was out late a lot. More than your average person, at least. I warned her a few times that she might be biting off more than she could chew, but she never did believe me, that girl. Did she do anything else weird? Ted narrows his eyes at me. Why are you so interested in what I have to say about Yulie all of a sudden? I'm just interested in the disappearances. I want to know more about them. Well, take my advice and don't stick your nose too deep into it. Leave that to people like my pa. Didn't you say you didn't care much about those disappearances? What, me? No, you must have the wrong girl. I laughed nervously to try and distract Ted from my obvious lie. Blame a girl for being curious. Even if I was only wished that mere curiosity was the only thing motivating me to learn more. Can I just ask one last thing? You just did. Besides that, obvs. Ted shrugs his shoulders in exasperation. Fine, shoot. Did you see her right before she disappeared? Was she acting strange? I don't think she was acting indifferently than usual. Oh, but I remember her being worried about living alone until the fall semester. Her roommate went back home for the holidays, so it was just her in the room. Did you want to be the one to keep her company during then? Can it? You said one last thing, so I'm going to ignore you and get back to work. I suggest you do the same. Remember, we're on the clock here. And like that, Ted is back to being all business like usual. I'm beside myself with surprise somehow, without even trying. I managed to get some dirt on Yulie's shares, all thanks to Ted, no less. I know he's going to be way mad if he catches me, but I pulled my phone out to jot down the things he just told me. I don't want to forget them. Who knows when I might need this information. Nicole, you better not be on your phone. I freeze at the sound of his voice, then quietly I pack my phone back into my pocket. On second thought, I might be better to wait until I'm on my break. Select a character to choose the romance route you want to play. It will definitely be Ted. I don't even remember how to save. Well, that wasn't it. Okay. I like how they smile when I touch them. We're doing Ted. Okay, we have already done this. Sorry, Jeff, but I don't know if I should do that. Jeff seemed disappointed by my refusal. Pity, though. There's something admirable, but be careful, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I know. I was hoping I'd get a little something Ted. Okay. Every time I enter the school's athletic area, I feel a fish out of water. What do you call an athletic type? I'm the kind of girl who tells her vision, learns, I get it close to it. Okay. Anyway, I came here to ask... I wasn't sure if this was going to be something I've seen before. Anyway, I came here to ask her about Erin Sverson. I figured asking people on the track team would give me the best feel for the type of person she was. The only problem is that the track team isn't even in season. Can't believe I didn't realize that. Apparently the track team doesn't officially start practically until the end of the semester. That was even on the website too. How could I have missed that? So there's no one around here who's on the team, and I've literally no idea where anyone who is. Great, just great. That means I came out for nothing. Till Kurt shows up and magically has your information. Take one last look around the track before I head back the way I came. What do I do now? I'm not going to find anything about Erin if there's no one to ask. I was back to my dorm all down in the dumps. I'm so lost in all those troublesome thoughts that I don't even realize where I am until it hits me. Literally in this case. I gasp and spread and stagger back, though it doesn't feel like whoever ran into budged an inch. Yeah, sorry. Takes a moment for my vision to stabilize, but the first sight I see is a big blue number 9 on his person's chest. Are they wearing a football jersey? Oh no. I'm really not in the mood for whatever's coming. Is it too early to say we really need to stop bumping into each other like this? Kurt gives me a cocky, lopsided smirk as he meets my eyes. Yep, I'm definitely not in the mood for this. Bye, Marjorie. Ignore Kurt's waggling eyebrows and just walk right past him. Whoa, Grabe, wait a second. I hear Kurt clomping after me and I'm not sure if I should stop or what, so I should stop or what, so I just keep going. But I do slow down enough for him to catch up. At least let me walk with you to the library. The library? Or a whole tutoring thing? Wasn't that why you came by the football field? I wasn't ditching you, honest. Practice ended a lot later than I was expecting. I stop where I am and I finally notice that, wow, way to go, Nicole. You've been near the football field for the past few minutes now. I must have made my way here from the track. Wait, was I supposed to tutor you today? I look at Kurt and he looks at me, and the most smug look appears on his face as he realizes he's not the one who remembered and I'm the one who forgot. That he's the one he remembered and I'm the one who forgot. Don't say it! You completely forgot about it. Kurt slaps a hand to his forehead as he starts laughing. There can't be anything worse than that. The sound of Kurt being right and me being wrong. Ugh. I could have skipped today, and you would have never realized. Damn, just my luck. No, just can it, okay? I ground into my hands, too embarrassed for life. And there's that dizziness again. Okay. I'm not sure why I'm getting so dizzy today. I don't even have my econ textbook with me. Well, I have mine, we can share it. Kurt's voice gets softer inside of me, and I don't know if I should be upset that I've reached a point where even he has to pity me or what. At least it stopped his laughter. Something up with you? Forgetting things like this never seems like your style. I let out a long sigh before I pulled my hands down. I probably smudged my makeup, but I hardly care now. I'm just stressed out, sorry. I didn't mean to forget about our tutoring session or to shout at you. It's cool, Grave. Tell you what. We can take a rain check if you're not feeling up to this. In your dreams. I'm not the one who's getting the most out of this, Maudry. I can't go easy on you just because I'm having an off day. Kurt chuckles and flashes me a thumbs up. There we go, that's the Grave I remember. I'll blink a few times. He really did just cheer me up without trying. Ew, what's with this development? So if you weren't out here for Maudry, then what were you doing? This isn't your usual turf unless you're hanging out with a hot roommate of yours. Is there any girl you don't find attractive? I hold a hand up before we can start. Don't answer that, for what it was out there. And for why I was out here, I try to think of a way to sidestep this question, but I can't think of anything that doesn't sound like an obvious lie. I guess I can tell him part of the truth, at least. I'm sure at least you've heard about those disappearances that happened, right? Who hasn't? I never pegged you as the type of girl who was interested in it, though. I can be curious about new things. I was trying to see if I could learn more about the first girl who disappeared, Erin Verson. Her article said she was on the track team, so I came out here to try and talk to her teammates. Sigh. Here comes the embarrassing part. But I forgot the track team won't start practicing until after fall semester. Ah, classic mistake. You gotta read up more on more sports stuff, Grave. Where's your school spirit? I have school spirit, I just don't have athletic school spirit. Oh, that comeback was really lame. Well, if you ever did get a hold of some of the track girls, I don't think they'd have much to say about Erin. I don't think she had many friends. He says that with enough certainty to raise my hopes up. Still, I'm wary. How do you know about her? You're only a first year. I've heard stuff from the older guys in the team, alright. Besides, that Erin chick was kinda notorious for being a mega bitch. Don't think she got along well with any of the other girls. Insisted on practicing by herself, saying that others brought her down. Sure, she was hella fast runner, but her attitude stank. I heard her roommate couldn't even stand her last year and avoided her room as much as possible. Wow, literally no one could stand her? Literally no one. Just goes to show that even if you got skills, it takes more to be a true icon. Take me, for instance. It's that Maudry magnetism that gets everyone hooked. Just let it go, Nicole. He wants a retort. Don't feed the trolls. Do you know if she practiced by herself very often? Don't got a clue, but it sure sounds like she did. It worked better for everyone that way. Erin got everyone to stand out of her way, and everyone else was spared her wrath. A total win-win. I heard the park was her usual training spot. She ran through that place non-stop, all day, all night. Weirdly enough, that was where she showed up again. Maybe the abductor did that on purpose. It makes sense. You sound way too interested to just be curious about these disappearances, you know. I snap back to reality and see Kurt staring at me from the side. Don't tell me you're one of those weirdos who get all into strange phenomena and junk. I really am only curious. I'm not that weird, you jerk. To think I was going to thank you for all the info you gave me. Kurt takes my insults in stride and quickens his pace so he's up at front. He turns around, facing me, and walks backwards. If you want to thank me, make sure to teach me enough to ace the next exam. Couldn't you have given me something easier to do? I stuck my tongue out at him before I hurry up to match his pace without missing a beat. Kurt spins on his boots so he's facing forward again. Well, you can always do... Nope. I laugh at the look of Kurt's crestfallen face and shove him with my shoulder. I know I complain about him, but he's a nice guy deep down. Maybe deep, deep, deep down is more like it. In either case, I better remember all this stuff he told me about Erin. Kinda weird how he knew all that, but I guess even Kurt's gotta know something. Okay. Gotta stop, because I'm actually getting really dizzy and having a little trouble concentrating. We have seen a lot of scenes today, and I think that's a good start. And I'm gonna go eat food in case that's why I'm getting dizzy and sit down for a little bit. So, see you with the opposite hand. I think that's the first. Okay, bye-bye.